Tonight, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off a loss last time out, but they're still in the midst of a good stretch here. Winners of 7 of their last 9 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here comes Nelson. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
On play action, now Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. To throw his Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. A check on the numbers a week ago for Waller. 5 catches, 51 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hit in a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 18 carries, 87 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10. But he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers flush to his right, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here in Vegas. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's got some space here. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. 46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Carr now on first down. And Waller taking it in over the middle. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Second down at 4. On play action, it's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Edwards. Now we're first and 10 at the 11. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll... guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. To throw is Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the 45 on second down, Rodgers. And he's got this down to the 35.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On first down, Rodgers flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, that's complete to Lazard. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Rodgers now on 1st down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Rodgers again now. Caught on the slant. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Patrick Ricard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Carr completes it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 36, Carr. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now a play fake. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Rodgers now on 1st down. And Lazard's got it again. 7 yards the pick up there. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers, he'll find Lazard here over the middle. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Going to keep it. He's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the football team who get the victory at home. Marcus Mariota, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Joe Burrow, sharp in the victory as his guys double up their records at 8-4 on the year. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. And our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our...
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw going to be caught by Davis. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers rolling to his right. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Jones. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr, he'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
From just shy of midfield, Carr will swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Carr. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Carr now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Julian Edwards with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They'll try to run it with Jacobs, and he is going to lose yardage here. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure, because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
So here are the Packers now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off play action. Rodgers, he'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Jones. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point put through by Boswell, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Nelson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Tate. A gain of 6 there on 1st. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
But last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. From midfield, here's Carr. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again, it's Carr. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Kenny Clark never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance. It just was unsuccessful.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. He finds some open field here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Rodgers looking to throw. Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. On play action, it's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
Finding Edwards. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And this will be caught by Edwards. 7 yards, the pickup there. Carr to throw. The open man here, Renfro. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Now Carr. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, Then going down.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Green Bay, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year.
today. From Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners in 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Flushed out right. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
I showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They're talking about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it with Jones. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball.
He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Darnold. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. On 1st down, Darnold will find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Going quickly out wide to Moore. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown! DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Tucker McCann now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
A big play there. that time through the air. 32 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, Jones. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Jones. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. These two teams all tied after 1. Third down, here's Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. On first down, Jones. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And just like that, it's 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Boswell's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that, but the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could...
Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. From the 36, Rodgers flush to his right. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. McCaffrey's got it. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. To throw is Darnold. That'll be caught by Anderson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Darnold's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell them,
touchdown Panthers. That's caught. DJ Moore with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Amari Rodgers. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Here's Smith to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Darnold now to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw pulled in by Marshall. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. It was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now from the shotgun, he'll throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. 7 yards, the pickup there.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. 3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 40.
So normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now a play fake. Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. It might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 102 yards rushing for him so far as this terrific season continues here. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Flushed out right. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 23. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. On first down, Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. That's complete to Lazard. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Boswell's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Darnold and the Panthers now down 16-14, a minute 53 remaining. Here's Darnold. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. First down now, but that clock rolling. Darnold to throw. And he's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. Now Darnold. There's tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. That's into the hands of Marshall. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Would be a long field goal try from here as they try to hustle to the line. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Trying to hurry to the line on the very outskirts of field goal range. Sacked. They send him back right at the midfield stripe. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Darnold. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Packers, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports,